We have received assurances from our undercover agents in the West that our actions to date have gone completely undetected. All military leaves have been cancelled, and we have doubled the guard around Dr. Flamond. And finally, all systems are in readiness for deployment of the Polaris mine.
Hello everyone, I'm Johnny, and today we're taking a look at Top Secret, a movie set in East Germany during the Cold War. Obviously this is not a serious historical movie, but it's a very fun and silly one, well worth your time if you enjoy 80s spoof comedies and want to take a look back at one of Val Kilmer's funniest roles. So let's check it out. The setting of Top Secret stands it apart from many other slapstick comedies of the 1980s. It's an unusual setting taking place in East Germany, or the German Democratic Republic, but it's not exactly the East Germany that existed in our timeline, from 1949 until 1990, when East and West Germany reunited. It's hard to even guess what year the movie takes place in, other than sometime before 1990. As someone who enjoys history, it actually makes the movie all the more interesting. There is no Soviet or communist iconography in this East Germany. It's an East Germany that still looks very much like a World War II era nationalist Germany, from the uniforms, street names, and even cookbooks. All such things were a big no-no in our historic East Germany. That being said, East and West German uniforms can be confusing as both countries recycled old equipment. But the East had their own distinct helmets, for example, and strictly prohibited foreign and non-socialist awards and medals. Interestingly, much of the World War II Nazi iconography is still present, though minus certain symbols like the swastika. Note the large Reich Adler here, which would normally be perched on a swastika. One theory online is that this is a Germany that successfully assassinated Hitler during the war, of which there were several attempts by army officials, most famously the July 20th plot. With Hitler gone, World War II Germany may have purged itself from the Nazis and made some sort of peace deal to keep part of their country independent, though still fascist under Wehrmacht control. A fun theory, certainly possible. Or the writers just wanted to have some fun spoofing World War II era movies, along with the spy movie genre, and even Elvis Presley musicals. There are still some real and entertaining references to the East Germany we know, such as the female Olympic team shown here. The doping of Olympic athletes was a huge government-sponsored operation during the 70s and early 80s in East Germany. Young women were heavily targeted, often unwillingly in the program. The main historic theme of the movie is the real influence rock music had on undermining communism in the Soviet Union. Musicians like Elton John, Billy Joel, and even Metallica had a great influence in promoting Western culture. Metallica was the last major show in Soviet Russia, drawing 1.6 million attendees, many who wanted to attend the show for the political statement against Soviet Russia. But you don't have to be a fan of Cold War-era history to enjoy Top Secret. The film is ultimately about slapstick comedy and joyful one-liners. The movie is written and directed by the Zucker brothers and Jim Abrams, so if you like movies like Airplane, the Naked Gun series, or even the Scary Movie series, you will likely enjoy Top Secret. Val Kilmer is as good in this comedy role as he is in any other. He doesn't quite have the comedic timing of, say, Leslie Nielsen, but he should still make you laugh. Arguably the best lines in physical comedy in the movie come from the supporting actors like Omar Sharif and Christopher Villiers. Villiers' closeted homosexual lines are particularly hilarious. Even the few minutes of Ian McNeice in the movie are a laugh. The whole second half of the movie is the funniest due to the introduction of the hilarious but oddly French resistance group in East Germany. So if you find the first half of the movie a bit slow, do be patient. Furthermore, a great treat at the end of the movie is a rather spectacular underwater fight scene. Alright, I'm Johnny. Do check out Top Secret. It's admittedly not for everyone, but if you are like me and enjoy those 80s cheesy spoof comedies, this is a classic in that genre. Anyway, if you want to fight fascism or communism, hit the like button And as always, take care and have a nice rest of your day.